All right, we all have tons of junk sitting around our homes. I definitely do. Some people donate it, some people sell it, some just choose to trash it. One man who knows that all too well is a guy named Nelson Molina.
And Nelson is a retired sanitation worker for the city of New York, and during his years on duty, he created what is now known as Treasures in the Trash Gallery. Take a look.
I started a long time ago. I started about maybe 30 years ago. Stuff that people throw away, I go out and I pick it up. What you see here, 85% of this stuff, I picked up.
That's right, Nelson was a trash collector for 30 years, but some of the stuff he came across was just too good to toss.
Lena Horne, November 1965. And I think it's the first edition of one of her books. I'm glad I saved it from the garbage. Bette Midler, and when I opened it up, her signature is inside of it too. Cameras, movie projectors, photo albums. My coworkers were bringing stuff in.
They filled an entire garage of these fabulous finds, but were prohibited from selling any of the goods.
Once a person puts out anything in the street, it automatically belongs to the city of New York.
Little does he know, this curated collection could be worth some serious cash. If you check out the typewriters like these on eBay, they can go for up to $3,500. And old instruments, they could be worth from a couple of hundred to a couple of thousand. But to Nelson, it is not about the money.
I call it treasures in the trash. I open up the bag, I see something in, I turn that trash into what you see here now. Trash into treasures.
Well, this guy right here knows a lot about finding treasures in the trash. Kraig runs a business cleaning out cluttered spaces in their homes.
And you can see him and his team in action on the DIY Network show Garage Gold. And today he's here to help make you get some money off of your stuff, which might just be worth big bucks.
Isn't it surprising, don't you think, the stuff that people throw out? We were just looking at those books and signed books. So does it ever amaze you how much stuff winds up getting tossed?
Every day that I do this job amazes me, to be honest with you. Because 87% of the stuff that we throw out is recyclable or usable.
Right.
So all this stuff winds up getting tossed, and either you could sell it yourself or you could wind up donating it to somebody else that could use it.
All right. And I'm just looking at all of the stuff here that I know my dad has tucked away at home. But we have a bunch of examples because I'm sure a lot of people have this stuff at home. So we're going to look at the example.
Here we go.
Tell us what it's worth.
Let's go to the first example. Click.
China can be very valuable if it's a full set. This collection is missing several serving pieces, so it might be a tough sell.
What do you think of that? What do you think that's worth?
China, you can look at it in two different ways. If you have a full set, it's very easy for you to sell. But
I have a full set. I have my grandmother's full set.
Very easy for you to sell, especially if it's an older set. But if you're missing pieces and you have time and patience, you could actually turn around and sell those individual pieces by themselves.
How do you research? How do you know if you have something that's worth something or something that's not?
You can always look online. You can always find local dealers, but there is an amazing website for China called replacements.com, and you can look on their site, and it has every little piece that you could ever imagine, what it's going for, and you could actually sell it to them if you didn't feel like...
Replacements.com.
Replacements.com.
Let's fast forward, shall we, to the next one?
Please.
Yes.
God.
Holy cow. This is a Garage Gold first. Whoop, whoop.
Very nice.
Oh, that's a really nice dollhouse.
Oh, that's sweet.
I have a garage house at home, too.
You have a dollhouse?
I mean, a dollhouse, a garage house. Maybe it has a garage.
So what about that dollhouse there?
That was one of the most phenomenal things to me that I found in the 9 years that I've been doing this.
Why?
Because it turned out that was worth $1,500.
What?
I had no idea that dollhouses could even be worth that much money. But
and it's not even really finished, right?
Yeah.
No, that was from a company called Hofco, and they only existed from 1967 to 69. And they weren't expensive at the time, but because they're so rare and there was such a limited run made, now they're like the cream of the crop.
Kind of collector's items.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Maybe the one your dad made for you is worth something,
It could
but
be.
I doubt it. Okay,
I don't think it was from the 60s.
Go forward again. And
You have a book from W.C. Fields. That's what makes it even cooler.
what?
An autographed.
Nice, nice.
Holy cow.
Is that just icing on the cake to find an autographed copy of a book?
Books are our best seller by far, which is great. But I always tell people you have to look inside of them because of instances like that. We've probably come across 20 to 30 autographed books in the years that I've been doing this. That turned out to be $1,900 just because it was autographed by W.C.
But
Fields.
it says to Chicky D or whatever, to Chickadee Loco. Does it matter if it's written to somebody?
It depends on who the person is, who's autographing it, and how old it is and how rare the signature is. There was not a lot of W.C. Fields autographs with that book. The woman who that was written to was actually a friend of his when she was a child. Turned out $1,900.
I think we have time for one more.
Yes. And can you sign a book for me?
Yes,
by the
I
way?
can.
Thanks. I'll use mine.
My remote never works.
Look at your
Whoa,
shirt.
look at this.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Hey, Craig, do you see these? These
What?
little fondue clocks?
Fondue clocks?
They look like little fondue sticks.
You relate everything to food.
How cool are clocks?
Yeah.
Clocks are awesome because people look at them and they think nobody's going to collect those, first
Right.
of all. But there actually are a ton of clock collectors out there, number one. Number two, if you have a clock and it doesn't work, people think it's junk.
it.
It's not. You can sell those online for a good amount of money just because somebody needs one or two pieces off of
How
them.
much were those worth? How much is one of those worth? About.
Those were only about $60 a piece, but together it was $180.
All right. Hey, thanks so much. Thanks for the info. You can catch the Garage Gold Marathon beginning Monday morning on the DIY Network.